You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome and happy Web3 Wednesday. We're jumping straight into the crypto world today. You know how it is. 1 minute it's meme coins everywhere. The next, you've got major political figures getting involved. We've seen some really interesting things happen just in the last few days. Our goal here is to kind of untangle what's actually important for you and maybe what's just, well, smoke and mirrors.
Exactly. It's always moving fast. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of hype. We'll try to cut through that, look at the market, the tech, the regulations. It all connects. And what's really fascinating is just how broad the term crypto is becoming now.
Okay, let's start with that big one that grabbed headlines. American Bitcoin, ABTC, the Trump-backed one. It really took off on its Nasdaq debut, didn't it? Up nearly 17%, hit $14 intraday at one point.
Yeah, huge volume too. Something like 29 million shares traded.
Right. And you've got Eric and Donald Trump Jr. involved,
Yeah.
expanding into DeFi, Polymarket.
And what's key there, I think, isn't just the Trump name, it's the strategy. They're apparently mixing traditional Bitcoin mining, supposedly at half the usual cost, with just buying Bitcoin directly. It really shows how, established names are moving into digital assets now, bringing serious money and attention. It could be a sign of more institutional players using blockchain infrastructure directly for politics, for finance. And you mentioned Polymarket, that prediction market platform. They just got the green light from the CFTC to operate in the U.S.
Okay, so Polymarket gets the regulatory nod. Big names are involved. But what's the real shift here for prediction markets? What's the next step, or maybe the biggest hurdle still?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Having these figures involved, plus that regulatory clarity, it could pull in a much wider audience, more mainstream users. And that feeds into this whole idea, people are talking about the prediction market super cycle.
The super cycle, right. The idea that they're the next evolution after meme coins, maybe even replacing regular betting.
Sort of. The thinking is they offer speculation that has a clear end date, a clear result. Unlike meme coins, where attention fades but the token sticks around forever, it solves that attention is ephemeral problem. It could be a whole new way to monetize attention, maybe more satisfying for people.
Interesting. And you see companies like Kinetic jumping on this, building out tools for it.
Exactly. Kinetic's evolving into this kind of financial hub, making it easier for anyone to set up these perpetual markets, these derivatives. They're tackling the big capital requirements by letting people pool funds together, and participants can earn what they call micro-exchange equity, basically a tiny slice of future trading fees. Theoretically, that value capture could be unlimited. Powerful stuff.
Unlimited value capture.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's attention and speculation. But another huge shift is happening with putting real-world things onto the blockchain. And this GLXY visual news seems massive. First public company to tokenize actual SEC-registered stock directly on Solana.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And these aren't just like IOUs or wrappers. It's the real Class A common stock.
Yeah.
Full shareholder rights, 24/7 trading, near instant settlement.
It really is a huge step. GLXY, using Superstate as the transfer agent. It's bridging traditional finance and blockchain in a very real way. You can start to see a future where lots of mainstream assets live natively on-chain. Think about the efficiency, the access for everyone. And then on a slightly different note, you've got LINEA launching their tokens soon, September 10th, but their allocation is unusual. 85% for the ecosystem, but 0% for the team or the VCs.
Zero, really. That's
very different. It really challenges the usual way these things launch. It's all about the community and long-term growth, not quick profits for insiders.
Okay, but amidst all this innovation, we do need that reality check sometimes. Remember that chart that went viral showing 8 million daily Solana DX traders back last November?
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Well, turns out someone dug deeper and found like 80% were just one-day users, a lot linked to these fake holder schemes. The real number of active repeat traders, more like 500,000 to 600,000, quite a difference.
Chuckles lightly. Yeah, it just goes to show, doesn't it? You've got to be critical. Always question the assumptions. Look past the flashy numbers. It's so easy for things like wallet counts to inflate the perception of real activity.
So true.
Which brings up the big question. How do we actually get better, more reliable metrics for ecosystem health? That's crucial.
And speaking of reliability, or maybe establishing reliability, the regulators are definitely paying attention. The U.S. Fed's holding a Payments Innovation Conference in October, covering stablecoins, tokenization, AI, DeFi.
Right. That signals that these digital assets are being seen as, potentially core infrastructure now.
though some players are still, let's say, learning the ropes. OKX just got fined, what, $2.6 million in the Netherlands
Yeah.
for not registering properly?
Yeah, these policy talks and the enforcement actions, they show the space is maturing. Regulators are getting involved, moving towards clearer rules. Especially around stablecoins and tokenized credit, it's becoming more formalized. And while that's happening externally, internally, you see Ethereum still evolving too. The Ethereum Foundation is planning to sell 10,000 ETH for R&D funding. And interestingly, the amount of ETH held on centralized exchanges, it's dropped to a 3-year low, around 17.4 million ETH.
Oh, interesting. What do you think that means?
Could mean a couple of things. Maybe more people moving to self-custody, or perhaps more people are just holding for the long term, staking it themselves, maybe a shift away from active trading on exchanges.
So wrapping this all up, what's the takeaway for someone listening? We've gone from Trump-backed coins getting listed to stocks on Solana to realizing maybe the trading numbers aren't always real. It's quite a ride.
It really is. You've got these high-profile debuts, truly groundbreaking financial integrations happening, but also, yeah, that healthy dose of skepticism needed about the data we see on chain. It's just a reminder, isn't it? The potential is huge, but you absolutely need that critical thinking. Understand the mechanics underneath it all.
Exactly. So here's maybe something to think about. As traditional finance and blockchain get more and more tangled up, and as things like prediction markets try to capture every bit of our attention, how does that change your relationship with information, with investing, maybe even with democracy itself? Lots to chew on there. That's all for this exploration. Join us next time for another look into what matters most.
Spoken Tech for your ears.